Aloha and welcome to Vinyasa Flow Yoga. Today is a 60-minute practice where we'll be working on opening up through the neck, the head region, and hamstrings, as well as getting into some twists. So we'll be working into our piriformis and outer hip as well. It'll be a nice, good flow. All you'll need is your mat. If you do like to practice with props, go ahead and grab those as well, but I'll be instructing without them for the most part. So go ahead and roll out your mat and we'll get started in Child's Pose today. So take your big toes together, knees open out wide, and just stretch your arms long out in front of you. Relax your head and neck. Let the point between your eyebrows just rest down on the earth, while your hips press back towards your heels. And let's just begin to take that first initial scan of the body. So just notice where you are at in this moment physically. Begin to feel those shins press in towards the mat. Feel your big toes touch towards one another. Knees open out wide. Your hips press back towards your heels so you feel that nice stretch through the low back. Let your spine lengthen, so maybe even crawl your fingertips forward out in front of you a little bit more, and you'll feel a nice stretch through the shoulders. Let your heart dip down towards the earth, so you're just gently opening up through the heart space, and then breathe deep in through your nose. Begin to notice your breath. As you inhale in, feel your belly expand with your inhales. And as you exhale out, let that breath retract your belly back towards your spine. Deep breath in, let your belly expand like a balloon towards the earth. So really fill the belly. You might even feel it along your inner thighs as you press your belly towards the ground. And then exhale, let it go. Feel your belly retract back towards your spine. Good. Big breath in through the nose. Fill the belly, fill the lungs. And big breath out through the nose, let it go. And just continue this pattern of breathing in and out through the nose, allowing the body to come into our parasympathetic nervous system, that rest, digest, recover state. And remember to use your breath throughout practice. We move a lot with our breath, the foundation of our yoga practice. So as this breath is clearing your mind, begin to settle on an intention for your practice. Make it a dedication, or maybe it's why you're here on the mat today. And just use it as your focal point to bring the mind back here to the present moment. One more big breath in here. And big exhale out. Good. Now as you inhale next, let's begin to crawl your hands up towards your knees. So you're kind of lifting up through your torso. Close your knees together and we'll sit back onto our heels. So sit up tall. Let your palms face down on your thighs. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. And then open your shoulders down your back. So we're just going to circle our shoulders forward, up, down and around. One more time, forward, up, down and around. And now let's switch directions 3 times opposite way. So shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, forward, down and around. So just take it the opposite direction. Circle those shoulders out, shrug them up and around. Take your last circle around. And then we'll all meet with our hands on our thighs, close the eyes. Let's inhale, reach our arms up towards the sky. Now as you exhale, take your right hand down by your side. Take your left hand to the top of your right ear. So just let your left hand rest on your right ear. Good. Once you let that left hand rest on your right ear, grow tall in towards that left palm and take your left ear towards your left shoulder. Good. So feel that length through the side of the neck. Feel that stretch all the way out through that side trap. Good. Now let's inhale, reach both your arms up towards the sky, and we'll switch sides. So take your opposite hand down towards the earth, and take your palm to face down on the opposite ear. So you want your palm to press down in towards your ear as you lift up and in towards your palm. So you're growing tall, and then gently pull your head down towards your shoulder, opposite side. Good. Lengthen through that side of the trap. Feel length all the way down in towards the left shoulder, all the way up through the neck. Deep breath here. Gentle stretch. One more breath. Good. Gently release your hands. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Look up, create length. And now as you exhale, just hinge forward. Take your hands down to the earth. Tuck your toes behind you. Press your hips back towards your heels. So you're going to stretch through the feet this time. And just crawl your hands up towards your thighs. So your hands will rest on your thighs one more time, but this time your toes are tucked behind you. So you should feel a deep stretch in the arches of your feet. If this is ever too intense, you can keep your hands in front of your knees and kind of release some of that weight. If it feels good, keep those hands on the thighs. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. So we're going to stretch through our wrists here. If your hands are on your thighs and you're comfortable, take your hands together, interlace your fingers. And just begin to circle out through the wrists, side to side. Take some big circles, keep those palms together, switch directions as you're ready. Just getting into the wrists and the forearms here. Opening up, one more breath. Good, and then let's release those hands back down towards your thighs. Release your toes, untuck your toes, sit back on your heels for one breath in. And a breath out. Now as you take your next inhale, let's shift back into our tabletop position. Shoulders are right over your wrists, hips over your knees. Gaze down between your thumbs. Spread your fingers wide, and let's begin our cat-cow breathing. So inhale, shoulders back, tailbone to the sky, look up. And as you exhale, curl back up and in, tuck your chin, arch through your spine, spread through your collarbones. Good. Inhale, cow pose, shoulders back, tailbone high, look up. And exhale, curl back up and in, tuck your chin. One more time. Inhale, shoulders back, tailbone high, look up. And exhale, curl back up and in, tuck through your chin. Now just begin some freedom of movement here. So you can kind of sway your hips side to side, dip one shoulder down and then the other, and get a little bit of a twist when you bend your elbows. Maybe circle out through the head and neck, take one ear towards one shoulder, tuck your chin towards your chest, and then lift through the chin. Whatever feels good through the spine here to just open up. So you can circle around. You can even shift your hips all the way forward and all the way back. Take another 2 to 3 breaths here, just working into the shoulders, the spine, and warming it up. Especially if you did just wake up this morning. It's good to get all those little crackles and pops out. Or if it's your first practice of the day. Good. We'll all meet back in a neutral spine. Ground down in towards your palms. And as you inhale, let's extend our right arm to the sky. Roll your right shoulder back, look up to the sky. Now as you exhale, let's thread the needle. Slide that right arm underneath. Let your right shoulder come down towards the earth. Bend your left elbow. Relax your head and neck back. Press your hips back evenly. So you can feel free to stay right here with your right shoulder down, or you can begin to take your left arm to the sky and tuck your left arm behind your back around the front of your right hip. Feel your hips press evenly back as your shoulders open. Keep your head and neck relaxed. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Next inhale breath, let's take our left arm back up to the sky if you tucked it behind. Lower your left hand down to the earth. Next big inhale, reach your right arm all the way back up, open out, roll your right shoulder back, look up to the sky, and come back through tabletop position. Ground through your palms. Inhale, opposite side, left arm to the sky, roll your left shoulder back, look up, expand. And then as you exhale, let's thread that left arm underneath, take your left shoulder to the earth, bend your right elbow, relax your head down. So you can stay right here if you want more through the shoulder, and if you did so on the other side, take your right arm to the sky. Begin to wrap it behind your back around the front of your left hip. Let your right shoulder roll back so you're spiraling your heart towards the sky. Feel that deep stretch through the spine. Open up through those shoulder blades. Deep breath. Good. Now take your next inhale to extend that right arm up to the sky. Lower your right hand back down to the earth. Next big breath. Left arm rises high, roll that left shoulder back, look up. And as you exhale, let's come back into our tabletop position. Pause here, deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's expand our arms forward into puppy dog pose. So just walk your hands all the way out in front of you, lower your chest down, tilt your tailbone up towards the sky, gaze forward. So you should feel a deep stretch through the heart. Opposite side of what we were just doing with those shoulder blades. Gaze forward as you inhale. Let's shift onto the forearms. Slide your knees back, pull your heart through for Sphinx Pose. So just press your palms down in towards the earth. Forearms create some traction. Inhale, lift through your chest, shoulders back. And then as you exhale, let's lower down, tent our hands to the outside of the mat, and begin to roll your shoulders side to side. Circle it out. Get some big circular motions, maybe even a twist as you dip one shoulder down and the opposite shoulder down. Get some stretches through the head and neck by tilting your ears towards opposite shoulders, side to side. Chin towards one shoulder, opposite shoulder. Tuck in and open. One more breath, just getting some nice freedom of movement, opening it up. Nice, and then let's come back through center, hands right underneath the shoulders. Pull your elbows back, shoulders back. Take an inhale, lift through your heart, Cobra Pose. Good, now as you exhale, tuck your toes, press your hips back towards your heels. And then lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. So this is our first downward dog of the class. Feel free to pedal through your feet, sway your hips side to side, bend one knee and then the other. And just working towards those legs, through the ankles, through the hamstrings. Maybe even bend both knees at a time, and then lift those hips back to the sky. Take another 2 or 3 breaths here. Maybe even shake your head out, yes and no. And once you do settle into your downward dog, take your time, but your hands will be shoulders width distance, feet hips width. Press your hips up towards the sky, big inhale in. And exhale out, just settle in here. Now on your next inhale, gaze forward to the top of the mat, bend your knees, and begin to tiptoe all the way up until your feet come between your wrists. Soften through your knees and begin to forward fold over your legs. Relax your head and neck. Grab a hold of opposite elbows to start, and we're just going to sway side to side. So take your left elbow towards the left, right elbow towards the right. Sway side to side about 2 to 3 more times. Let your head and neck really relax here. And after that second or third repetition, Release your hands down to the earth. Bend both knees deeply. Tense your left hand down. Reach your right arm to the sky. Lengthen your right leg. Twist to the right. So you want your right shoulder to roll back as you spiral your heart towards the right. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, let's slowly switch sides. So both hands down, bend both knees, right hand tense down, left arm to the sky, roll your left shoulder back, press your hips back. You can lengthen that left leg here to get a little bit deeper in the side hip and hamstring. Let that left shoulder open back, look up. Good, and then slowly lower that left hand down, bend both knees, tuck your chin towards your chest, and begin to unravel your spine. So ground through your feet, let each vertebrae stack one on top of the next, slowest motion that you've taken all day. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and open them down the back, palms face forward, Tadasana pose. So here in Tadasana, we're going to take some head and neck circles. So just tuck your chin towards your chest. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. Drop your head back. Left ear, left shoulder. Tuck your chin forward. Switch directions. Tuck chin towards your chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Drop your head back. And come forward. Let's do one more each side. Right ear, right shoulder. Drop your head back. Left ear, left shoulder. Back to the left. Drop your head back. Right ear, right shoulder. And tuck back through your chin. Good. Reach back up through the crown of your head. Let's inhale our arms to the sky. Reach up, look up, create length. Now as you exhale, arch over to the right. Take your right hand down towards your side. Roll your left shoulder back. Feel length through that left side waist. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Reach up high. Exhale, left arm down by your side, reach over to the left, roll your right shoulder back, pull your ribs in. Inhale, back through center, arms to the sky. Exhale, baby back bend, bend those elbows, lift through your heart, squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. Inhale, expand your arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, soften your knees, swan dive forward, come all the way down towards your toes, relax your head and neck. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift, flat spine. And as you exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back into high plank pose. Take a big breath in here, engage through your core, plant through your palms. Now as you exhale, let's take those knees down, slide those palms forward. Puppy dog pose, Anahatanasana. Let your heart really melt down, gaze forward. Inhale, shift onto your forearms, slide your knees back, pull your heart through, Sphinx Pose. Exhale, lower, tense your hands, and just give yourself a nice free flowing Cobra. Rise up, roll those shoulders back side to side. Maybe even a twist. Good. Let's come back through center, hands under the shoulders. Inhale, baby Cobra, point those elbows back, press your heart forward. Exhale, tuck your toes, press your hips back towards your heels, and then lift your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Full round of breath in, and full breath out. Now bend your knees, look to the top of your mat, step all the way up, feet come between the wrists. Take your feet together, bend your knees deeply. Swoop your arms up towards the sky for chair pose. Good, so sit those hips back towards your heels. Take your feet together so you're squeezing through your inner thighs. Yeah, good. Relax those shoulders down the back, pull your lower belly in. Deep breath in. Keep your legs as they are. Let's take our right arm to reach back, twist towards the right. Roll your right shoulder back, look out at your right thumb. Nice, keep those hips in line. Inhale, back through center, both arms to the sky. Exhale, left arm reaches back, roll your left shoulder back, look out at that left thumb, twist to the left. Keep those hips low. Inhale, both arms rise back high. Exhale, hands down to the earth, hips high, fold in. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift, flat spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back into high plank pose. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, lower your knees down, walk your hands forward, Anahatanasana, puppy dog pose, gaze forward. Inhale, shift onto your forearms, slide your knees back, pull your heart through, Sphinx Pose, lift through your chest, shoulders draw down and away from your ears. Exhale, lower your heart, tent your hands to the outside of your mat, give yourself a nice free flowing cobra, circle side to side, work into your head and neck. Nice. And then we'll come back through center, hands under the shoulders. Inhale when you're ready for Cobra Pose. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips to heels. Lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Full breath in and full breath out. Inhale, take your right leg all the way up to the sky. Bend your right knee, stack your hips open. So let your right knee reach up high so you feel that nice stretch through that left hamstring and through the inner thigh. Deep breath in, maybe you roll that right ankle out. Keep your shoulders squared off so you really feel that length through the right side of your waist. Good. Now on your next inhale, just reach that right knee high. Exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Hug it in close. Place your right foot to the top of your mat. Lower your back knee down. Keep your left hand down. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Roll your right shoulder back. Open out. So you're twisting towards the right. Heart is towards your right knee. Pull your right knee in close. Good. Deep breath in. Now ground through your right foot. Inhale, lift up, but stay in your twist. So you're twisting to the right in your low lunge. So you just lift up, keep your back knee down on the earth, roll that right shoulder back, twist to the right. Good. So you want to keep, good. Open up to the right. Nice. Now let's take that right hand down our back leg, reach up and back. So our left arm will reach up towards the sky and back behind us. Good job. Deep breath in. Now as you exhale, windmill your hands down to the earth. Shift your hips back, flex your right foot. Take an inhale, lengthen halfway up. And as you exhale, fold towards your right leg. Get deep in that right hamstring. Steady breath in. And out. Good. Now as you inhale, shift forward. Tuck your back toes. And we're just going to send our right leg all the way back up to the sky. Reach it high through three-legged dog. And as you exhale, just send your right foot down to meet your left, downward facing dog. And we'll switch sides. So inhale, left leg to the sky. Bend your left knee. Stack your hips open. Ground through both palms evenly so you really feel a nice stretch through the left side of your waist. Reach that left knee high. Maybe even roll the left ankle out. Get some nice circular motions through the ankle. Ground through those hands. Take another breath in, reach that left knee high. And then as you exhale, let's take that left knee all the way up towards your chest, hug it in close, and place your left foot to the top of your mat. Lower your right knee down. Keep your right hand down on the earth. And then expand your left arm to the sky. Roll your left shoulder back. So you're twisting to the left here. Pull your left knee in towards your chest. This should feel really nice through the front of that right hip and the side left hip, as well as through the heart. Good, now listen closely. Keep your right knee down. ground into your left foot and rise up in your twist. So you're lifting your torso. Keep your arms opening out wide. So you're twisting towards the left. Gaze back at that left thumb. So you open that left shoulder back. Good. Yep, that's it. Stay deep here. You should feel it really deep in the front of your right psoas. Nice job. Now let's inhale and reverse this. So we reach up through that right arm. Left arm comes down onto our right leg. So you're reaching up and back. Lengthen through that right side waist. Look up towards your palm. Inhale. And exhale. Windmill hands down to the earth. Shift your hips back. Flex your left foot. Take an inhale. Lengthen your heart towards your toes. And as you exhale, forward fold into your half splits. Relax your head and neck here. Let one more big breath lengthen your heart. And another exhale, melt you closer towards your shin. Nice. Inhale. Shift forward into low lunge. Tuck your right toes. Left leg all the way up to the sky through three-legged dog. Reach it high. And exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. And full breath out. Bend your knees. Look to the top of your mat. Step or even lightly hop all the way up. Feet together. Bend your knees deeply. Swoop your arms up to the sky. Chair pose. Get low in those legs. Slight tuck of your tailbone. Nice job. Weight is in those heels. Big breath in. Now as you exhale, right arm reaches down and back as you twist to the right. Roll that right shoulder back. Inhale, back through center, arms to the sky. Exhale, twist to the left. Roll that left shoulder back, look back. Inhale, both arms rise high. Exhale, hands to the earth, hips to the sky. Relax your head and neck down. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift flat spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank pose. Take a breath in. Now this time as you exhale, we're going to lower it through chaturanga. Let your elbows bend deeply, point your elbows back, lower down towards the earth halfway. Inhale, lift your heart upward facing dog, lengthen your arms, shoulders back. Good. As you exhale, roll back through your toes, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Full breath in and full breath out. Inhale your right leg high to the sky, bend your right knee, stack your hips open. Exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Place your right foot to the top of your mat. This time keep your back knee lifted, left hand down, right arm to the sky. Roll your right shoulder back, twist to the right. Good. Ground in towards your right foot. Inhale, rise up in your twist, just like we did before, but our back knee is lifted. So reach back through that right hand, open to the right. Good job. Now inhale, reverse this. Take your left arm to the sky, right hand down, your back leg lengthen through that left side. Nice. And exhale, windmill hands down towards the earth. Tense your hands on either side of your right foot. Begin to lengthen your right leg. Come into a modified pyramid pose. Yeah, so square those hips forward. Reach your heart towards your toes. And exhale, forward fold towards your right shin. Inhale, rebend your right knee. Send your right leg all the way back up to the sky. Three-legged dog, reach that right leg high. And lower your right foot down to meet the left. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Bend your left knee, stack your hips open. Exhale, hug your left knee towards your chest. Place your left foot to the top of your mat. Keep your back knee lifted. Right hand down, left arm to the sky. Roll your left shoulder back, so you're twisting to the left. Pull that left knee towards your chest. Now listen, keep that back knee lifted. Ground through your left foot. Inhale, rise into your twist. So you want to reach back. So you're twisting to the left. Yeah, good job. Lift through your heart. Now inhale, reverse this. Take your left arm down your back leg. Right arm reaches up and back. Lengthen through that right side waist. And exhale, windmill hands down to the earth. Tent your hands to frame your left foot. Begin to lengthen your left leg. Square your hips off. Take an inhale, lengthen your heart towards your toes. And then as you exhale, forward fold in towards your left leg, modified pyramid pose. This is a nice deep hamstring stretch. Inhale, shift forward, rebend your left knee. Send your left leg all the way up to the sky through three-legged dog, reach it high. And exhale, lower left foot down to meet the right, downward facing dog. Full breath in. And full breath out. Bend your knees, look to the top of the mat, step or lightly hop all the way up. Nice, inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift flat spine. Exhale, forward, fold, relax your head and neck. Take your feet together, bend your knees deep, swoop your arms up towards the sky, chair pose. Relax your shoulders down your back, sit your weight back and towards your heels. Now let's take our hands to heart center this time. Roll your shoulders back, press your heart towards your thumbs. Sit your weight back and towards your heels. Inhale, hinge forward, lengthen your heart forward. And then begin to take your left elbow towards the outside of your right knee. So you twist to the right. Yeah. So you want to try to take your left tricep to the outside of your right knee. Use your hands as leverage. Press them towards your heart. Now listen closely. Keep your hands where they are. Ground through your right foot. Send your left foot all the way back into your high lunge. So step it all the way back. Yep. Nice, good job. Ground in towards that right foot. Deep breath in. And exhale, twist deeper. Good. On your next inhale, let's reach both our arms up to the sky. Crescent pose, reach your arms high. And exhale, open. Warrior two, back heel grounds. Bend deep into your front knee. Open your arms out. Good, really bend deep, turn your right palm to the sky. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse, lengthen through that right side. And as you exhale, come back through warrior two. Lengthen your right leg. Reach forward out in front of you. And tick-tock your arms for triangle pose. Left arm to the sky, right hand down on your right shin. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders. Good. Let your left shoulder open back. So you want to make sure you're opening through your heart. Nice, good adjustment. Ground in towards that right foot. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Now as you inhale, let's rise up into a straight-legged warrior two. So just rise up. Take your hands to your hips. Heel toe your right foot out to the right and step your left foot up. So you want to square your hips forward. So we were just in a straight line with our feet, and now we want to be more on our railroad tracks. So we have space between the feet. Hips square forward, lift through your heart, deep breath, take your hands to your hips. Good, and as you exhale, hinge forward, create length through your spine, and fold all the way down towards that right leg. You can take your hands to tent on either side of your right leg. Full pyramid pose. So up until now, we've been coming into a modified pyramid. And so this is more of our full pyramid with our back heel grounded, our hips squaring off. Relax through your head and neck as much as you can. And if there's a slight bend in that right knee, that's okay. Just keep your hips square as much as you can. Good, deep breath. Now as you inhale, we're gonna lift up halfway. Take your right hand to your right hip. Keep your left hand down on the earth and begin to roll your right shoulder to the right. So you want to open up to the right. You're twisting to the right. Yeah. Now if you're good here and you're really pressing your right hip back, so you're using your right hand to press your right hip back. You might stay right here. You feel this pretty deep in your hamstring. If you want more in the shoulders, right arm, reach it all the way up to the sky for Revolved Triangle Pose. Good. Nice job. Keep those feet grounded. Keep pressing your right hip back, left hip forward. Feel that nice stretch through the piriformis, through the hamstring, all the way through the torso. Deep breath here. Nice job. And exhale. Let's take our right hand down to the earth. Step your left foot back. And then extend your right leg all the way up to the sky through three-legged dog. Reach it high. And lower right foot down to meet the left. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Bend your knees, look to the top of your mat. And step or even lightly hop all the way up. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Swoop your arms up towards the sky for chair pose. Good. Put your weight back in towards your heels, and this time we're going to take our hands to heart center. Shoulders roll back and down. Good. Put your weight back in towards those heels as you begin to hinge forward, hover over your thighs, and then take your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. So you twist to the left. Keep those hips squared off behind you. Roll your left shoulder back. Pull your lower belly in. So get that nice hook of your right elbow to your left outer knee. And as you're ready, ground into your left foot. Send your right leg all the way to the back of your mat. Come into your lunge twist. Yeah, nice core strength. Roll that left shoulder back. Pull your lower belly in. Deep breath in. Stay for your exhale as you twist deeper. Nice. Now as you inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, crescent pose. Exhale, open, warrior two. Bend deep into your front knee, ground through that back heel. Good. Left palm turns up to the sky. Inhale, reach up and back. Reverse your warrior. Lengthen through your left leg. Inhale, back through center. Reach that left arm forward. Press your hips back. And then take your left hand to your shin, right arm to your sky for triangle pose. So you want that left leg long. Good. Roll your right shoulder back. Stack hips, stack shoulders. Gaze up towards that right thumb if that feels all right on your head and neck. Deep breath. Good. Now let's ground in towards that left foot. Rise up, straight-legged warrior two. Take your hands to your hips as you step your right foot forward, left foot out to the left. So you want to widen your stance and take your feet slightly closer so they're shorter but wider. Hands to your hips. Turn your right hip forward, left hip back. Good. Lift through your heart, deep breath in. And then as you exhale, hinge forward. Keep those hips square. Begin to fold towards your left leg. Hands eventually will melt down towards the earth. Head and neck will relax. Use your breath to inhale, lengthen, and your exhale to bow forward. Keep those hips squared off. So this again is full pyramid pose. We get deep in towards the glute, the piriformis, all the way down in towards our left hamstring. And we even stretch that right calf a lot too. Really good for the low back. which of course lets everything else loosen up all the way up to the neck. Good. Now let's keep our right hand down. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Take your left hand to your left hip. So you'll use your left hand to press your left hip back so it stays in line with the right. You'll feel a deep stretch in your left hamstring when you do that. Right hand stays down. Now you can stay right here as you rotate your left shoulder to the left. If you want to come into revolved, full revolved triangle, take your left arm to the sky and keep those hips pressing forward as the left hip presses back. Square it off. Good. Yeah, nice job. Roll your left shoulder away from your ear as much as you can. So you're opening through your chest. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Good, last breath in. Now as you exhale, let's take that left hand back down to the earth. Send your right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Left foot follows. So take your left leg all the way up to the sky. Reach it high, three-legged dog. And exhale, lower left foot down to meet the right. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. And full breath out. Bend your knees, look forward, step or lightly hop all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen just halfway up, lift. And exhale, forward fold, relax your head and neck. Bend your knees, tuck your chin, and let's begin to unravel the spine. Come all the way up to standing. Let your shoulders shrug up towards your ears and open down the back. Good. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Grab a hold of your left wrist. Reach that left hand high as you pull that left arm up and then reach over to the right. Make sure your left palm is facing down towards the earth as you pull that left arm over to the right. Roll your left shoulder back. Nice, deep breath here. And exhale it out. Inhale back through center, switch sides. So take your left hand, clasp it around your right wrist. Expand up towards the sky, reach high. And then exhale, dip over to the left. Roll that right shoulder back, feel deep length through that right side waist, really lengthen out. Good. Inhale, reach back through center, arms to the sky. Exhale, bend your elbows, drop your head back, let the shoulders melt away from your ears. Inhale, arms rise high. And exhale, soften your knees, swan dive forward all the way down towards the toes. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. And exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank pose. Inhale in. And exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in. And big breath out. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee, stack your hips open. So if you would like, you can stay right here. If you do like to flip your dog, your right foot will drip all the way down towards the earth as you spin both toes towards the back of the room. Right arm reaches all the way forward. So your right leg, show that again, will reach up to the sky, bend your right knee, stack open. And then your left toes will spin to the back of the room. Right foot might land down on the earth as you press your hips and heart to the sky. Maybe. Good. Now let's slowly, just let that right foot drip all the way down, spin your toes back, hips high. Good. Use your core to come back around. So your right hand will come to the earth, right leg all the way up to the sky, reach it high, back through three-legged dog. Nice. Now let's exhale, hug our right knee towards your chest and we'll come into Pigeon Pose. So your right knee will come right behind your right wrist. Left leg expands back behind you. Pigeon Pose. So square your hips off. shoulders back. Sit proud, deep breath in. Now as you exhale, begin to bow forward. Come all the way down, or to your degree. You can come on to your forearms. You can lower your chest down. You can even be still up with your hands on your hips. Wherever you are today, be sure you're breathing deep into your belly. Let your hips melt towards the earth. Steady breath in and out through the nose.
Look at them now, all of the noise they make, counting the cards to one.
One more full round of breath here.
Falling asleep, you might just take a while.
Good. Inhale, begin to crawl back up. Slowly as you can. We're going to shift over onto our right hip. Take our left leg all the way up and around to the outside of the right knee. Good. So if this is okay here, we're going to take it one step further. Take your left heel towards your right hip even more so that your knees are stacking one on top of the other. So you just kind of pull a little bit deeper than we were. If that's not okay with you, stay where we just were. Either way, you're getting a deep stretch through that left piriformis. So let's inhale, reach our arms up to the sky. Good. Now let's bend our left elbow. Option 1, right hand comes to the top of the left elbow. So you're just gonna kind of give yourself a nice tricep stretch through the left side. If you have access, stay right here. If you're pretty sure you don't, if you're like, nope, this is great. But if you have access, you can come into Gomukhasana arms, which is right hand comes behind your back and you find your left hand. Either way, either way, you're getting a deep stretch in that tricep. Good. Deep breath in. Good, now let's release those arms. Inhale, just your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, let's take those hands down by our sides as we shift over. Take your left leg all the way back behind you. Move back through your pigeon. Tuck your back toes. Right leg, reach it high to the sky. Extend up. And lower right foot down to meet the left. We'll switch sides. So inhale, left leg to the sky. Bend your left knee. Stack your hips open. So remember, you can stay right here, but if you want to try to flip your dog and get a nice back bend, you bend your left knee even more and let it feel heavy. And then let it just come all the way down to the ground. Spin your toes to the back of the room. Hips to the sky. Reach up and back. Nice job. Press your hips high. Lift your heart high. Awesome job. Deep breath here. Use your core to come back around. Pull up and in through your belly. Left leg to the sky. Reach it high. And then hug your left knee towards your chest. Take your left knee behind your left wrist for Pigeon Pose. Extend your right leg back behind you. Square those hips out. Lift through your heart, shoulders back. As you exhale, begin to crawl forward, melt into this pose. So you want those hips to square towards the earth. Relax through your hands. Let your breath draw you deeper in towards this pose. Maybe come back to your intention here. Take one more full round of breath. Good. Inhale. Begin to crawl back up. Take your time. Move slow. And then shift your weight into your left hip. Take your right leg all the way up and around so the right foot comes to the outside of your left knee. So you might stay right here. If you want to come into the pose we did on the other side, take your right heel closer towards your left hip so that your knees are more stacked. So it's like taking your heels towards your hips. Good. Inhale, let's reach our arms up towards the sky. Bend your right elbow. Take your left hand to the top of your right elbow. Good. So you can stay right here. It gets a nice length through that right lat, that right tricep. If you do know Gomukhasana arms and you want to practice those, your left arm will come behind your back and find your right hand reaching back. Lift through the chest, shoulders back. Let those hips sink in towards the earth. This is a deep stretch through the piriformis, the heart, the shoulders, the tricep. Nice job. Inhale, just your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands down to the earth. Shift onto your left hip. Take that right leg all the way back behind you. Tuck your right toes. And then just take that left leg all the way up to the sky through three-legged dog. And downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Bend your knees. Lower them down towards the mat. Cross your ankles. Shift your hips over your heels and just extend your legs out in front of you. Flex through your feet. Take an inhale and reach your arms up towards the sky. And as you exhale, hinge forward, hover over the legs, reach out in front of your toes. And just let your arms relax by your shins, palms face up, tuck through your chin. So you want the weight of your spine to pull forward. If the knees are slightly bent, that's fine. Let your belly rest on your thighs as your shoulders roll back. And even though your head and neck are relaxed, think about leading your collarbones towards your toes. Good. Keep those feet flexed. We'll stay here for a few rounds of breath. Surrender in towards the legs. Get that nice hamstring stretch. And sometimes in this stretch, I even feel it all the way up and towards my head and neck. Just lengthening the entire spine. Good. Now as you inhale, gently unravel. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Come all the way up. Hands by your side. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. Shift all the way up towards your heels. Take your hands to interlace around your feet. So we're going to come into another head and neck stretch here. This one's my favorite because I really feel it through my traps. So when I take my hands around my feet, I let my shoulders draw down and away from my earlobes. And right here already, I feel a nice stretch through my neck and my traps. If you want even more, you can begin to take head and neck circles or even just dip one ear towards one shoulder, opposite ear, opposite shoulder. Find wherever feels right through the head and neck for you. Soft circles around in either direction. Maybe drop the head back. Explore what feels right. Pause in those areas. Wherever you are, you're keeping your heart pressing forward. Shoulders are down and away. You can even dip the chin down and to the right, so you kind of get a nice stretch, a little bit different spot. Good. And we'll come back through center when you're ready. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, reach your arms forward. Let's melt all the way down towards the earth. Keep your feet together, knees apart. We'll come all the way down into reclined butterfly pose. Take a big breath in through the nose. We'll exhale out the mouth. Let it go. Begin to close your knees together like a book. Hug your right knee towards your chest and extend your left leg long. So your right knee will hug deep in towards your chest, massage through the low belly. And then take your right knee over to the left, right arm out to the right, twist your spine. Keep your shoulders down on the earth. So you want that right shoulder to stay on the earth. Gaze to the right. Deep breath in. And let your exhale twist you even deeper. Inhale back through center. Take your left knee in, expand, take your right leg out, hug your left knee deeply in towards your chest. Feel that nice stretch through the low back and massage through the low belly. And then take that left knee over to the right, left arm out to the left, twist your spine so those shoulders stay down on the earth. Twist through the low back, gaze to the left. Deep breath into your low belly. So when you breathe in, you'll feel a nice expansion through the low back. Good. Inhale back through center. Let's take both knees in towards our chest. Hug your knees in, forehead towards your knees. Take a deep breath in, squeeze. And as you exhale, just let everything go. Let your toes drop out. Let your palms face up. Close your eyes. Let your body just melt in towards the mat. Let go of all control of the breath. Let go of control of the body.
See my eyes free, the salty breeze and the waves, the slow pace, the salty breeze and the waves, and that's the right place.
You can stay in Shavasana as long as you would like. But if you would like to begin to move about with your day, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll off to either side of your body. Come into a fetal position. And use your hands as eyes to crawl yourself up into an easy seated position. in your own time, in your own way. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your arms overhead with a big breath in. And exhale, hands through heart center, tuck your chin. Take a moment here, reflect back on your intention made at the beginning of class. Maybe just express gratitude here. Notice the effects of your practice. Honoring the light that dwells within each and every one of us. Namaste. So if you're joining me on Zoom this morning, feel free to stay and we can chat after this little outro. If you're here on YouTube with me, remember, subscribe, hit that little bell if you want alerts when I go live. And you can even contact me on Instagram at Katie Marie Yoga as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. Aloha.